What's going on, guys? It's Karl here, back with another episode. This guy is all around tech travel packs, as I haven't done one in the longest time. I was just in New York last week for the launch of the OnePlus 7 Pro, took a ton of tech and actually brought more of it back. I'll show you what I mean. So this guy is my away luggage, and I normally don't travel with checked baggage, especially to New York, because it's only around an hour and a half from Toronto. But I did bring this guy with me as I hit up B&H, the camera mecca superstore. I ended up buying a couple pieces of tech upgrades for that new studio that I am slowly building out. They managed to fit into this guy, and it helps because it's got a polycarbonate case, so it's nice and hard, protects that valuable tech that I just ended up buying. And if you're browsing their site, you can get it in a bunch of different colors, and the best part is they've got a lifetime warranty. It's been a clutch part of my tech game. And I've actually got a promo code, Conrad20. It'll save you 20 bucks off. So if you check out the link below, awaytravel.com/CarlConrad20, you can get your very own sweet piece of luggage and of course carry around all of the tech that you guys do end up buying. And before we get into all of the tech, just remember OnePlus 7 Pro giveaway is still going on. This will be my last video around this guy until my revisited review. So if you want to win this, just be sure to leave a comment down below, sub to the channel, of course, follow over on Insta, and yeah, you can win this beautiful phone. Let's get into the tech travel pack goodness. The first one, and I guess I have two of them, so it counts as two pieces. These are the Aperture 120D lights, and I know that lights aren't the most interesting thing to talk about, but they will be lighting my new studio. Second piece, which I actually got, and I've been meaning to upgrade my gimbal for the longest time. This is the DJI Ronin S. So when this guy is fully built out, it will of course be supporting my Sony a7R III. Expect to get some very, very silky footage with this guy. Cannot wait to bring this, as I've got some projects coming up this summer which requires it. So that is all the tech that I did end up buying. Pricey, but I think worth the investment to get you guys even better footage. To the actual day pack that I was bringing, just walking around day to day, this is the OnePlus, I think it's called the Explorer bag. I was definitely showing OnePlus some love. Simple messenger bag. It's got that hint of orange. I think they made it just for me. Inside you can store a ton of tech. It's got a laptop sleeve, and at the front, a waterproof compartment in case you do decide to get a bit wet and wild. Inside of there, of course, on the back was my good old MacBook Pro. This guy is the 2018 model, and because I do edit in Final Cut, I mostly stick to MacBooks. I have, of course, do test and review others, but this is kind of the bread and butter. Stoked to see what Apple has to bring in 2019. We are rumored to get some new MacBook Pros. I believe a 16-inch model and hopefully maybe a redesign. Fingers crossed, we'll bring you guys that as I do travel. The main camera which I brought, which I can actually say I didn't even use at all, which is a very first. It's the Sony a7R III, you guys know. Two main lenses which I bring, my Batis 85 for all my Insta shots and the 16-35 run and gun. And like I said, I didn't even manage to turn this on once. And that's because I ended up using my OnePlus 7 Pro the entire time. Ended up making an entire camera review linked right up this way. It's got a triple lens setup on the back, the ultra wide regular telephoto, and the 3x optical. It also has that good old pop-up cam, which I think you guys just saw, for taking all of your selfies and video. A cool little accessory that I ended up using, even though most of the shots were in fact handheld, was this guy. Very cheap setup. It's a mini tripod by Manfrotto. On top is this little attachment from Garex, which is great for having smartphones slide in. So say, for example, we've got that set up there. We'll stick the OnePlus 7 Pro in, and now we have a very capable and able vlogging rig. So this guy is now planted. I am completely hands-free. The setup is super cheap. This entire thing, minus the phone of course, will run you around 35, 40 bucks. For those of you looking to protect your OnePlus 7, and I know it's the Nebula Blue, it's beautiful, but we have to keep it scratch-free. This combo is from D brand. I'm rocking the Black Dragon with that hint of orange. That's probably to do with Game of Thrones. That last episode that we just watched, I know a ton of you also were like, what the heck is going on? Jon should have been king. Major letdown. Anyways, because the OnePlus 7 does have a USB-C port on the bottom, it's always nice to have an adapter like this. It's from Say Techie. You can get all of the footage, which I did end up shooting from there, onto an SD card, and as I do edit with Final Cut, it's a simple plug and play. Boom, boom. Swap all of the footage, and obviously you want to line it up so it looks a bit prettier on that end. And other main accessories that I brought, this is one of the most minimal trips that I went on. I did bring a pair of headphones. These, of course, noise canceling. I always forget the name. The Sony WH-1000 Mark IIIs? X Mark IIIs, and of course a 5-port USB hub to keep all of my devices juiced up, even though I only used my phones mostly, which was a pleasant surprise. And kind of looking around, this was a very minimal tech travel pack, but still a fully functional YouTube studio within my backpack. So I think that is very dope that you can get by and still be very, very minimal. Stoked for all of the upgrades and the tech that I did end up bringing back with me. I'm very excited to get the ball rolling on the new studio, and of course bring you some Ronin footage once I get that guy juiced up and powered on. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, and remember, OnePlus 7 Pro giveaway winner will be announced shortly. Hope to catch you guys in one of my next episodes or of course vlogs. Peace.